Hey, this is Josh with the Adept Ape channel, and today we're going to be talking about what to buy a man for Christmas. And it is Christmas time when I'm recording this video, but this would also apply to, say, a birthday or any other gift-giving occasion. So first thing I'm going to be going over is ideas for what not to buy them. Then I have a couple not exactly suggestions, but ideas. Things that I find useful. Not that I'm every man, but, the ideas that I'm going to talk about will apply to these gifts. And then just some general more guidelines getting into what to get them, okay? Okay, so let's go over some guidelines for what I don't think would be a good idea for what to buy someone as a gift. Now, this might be counterintuitive, but I would say don't buy them gifts related to their hobbies typically. Now, what do I mean by this? Obviously, if they're interested in, say, bowling or golfing, a gift related to that might be a good idea. Well, I mean, just like every man, I have many hobbies. I'm into bicycling, reading, I like cooking. I'm a diesel mechanic, I'm a YouTuber. Well, if someone were to buy me, say, a wrench set, since I'm a mechanic, that seems like a good fit. Except I already have thousands of dollars in wrenches, so an extra set isn't going to do me any good. Anyone that's really involved in a hobby probably already has a lot of the items that they already need of a very high quality. If you're into bicycling, you might have a very expensive bicycle, you might have a nice helmet, all these other items. Unless someone specifically tells you a specific model or an item that they were looking at getting, I wouldn't suggest buying something related to a hobby they have. You might buy some bicycle pedals and they use a totally different brand or different style and they don't like them, and then it's kind of a wasted gift. So try to stay away from there. Now, obviously there's gift cards and things like that, but if you're watching this video, you probably want to buy a physical gift. If you're going to buy a gift card, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So the 3 guidelines I would follow if you're going to be buying a gift would be, it should be useful, meaning they'll use it more than once a week, hopefully. It's going to be of good quality, meaning it's just not the cheapest version of whatever that is, and hopefully that will mean it'll last a while. And then the other one is something that's not going to get outdated. If you buy them a new iPhone or something, it's going to be outdated kind of quickly, and then in 2 years, your gift gets thrown away. So these aren't going to be really technologically driven ideas. These are just gift ideas. So let me give you a couple examples of what I consider a decent gift. Okay, so my first kind of gift suggestion is the man you're buying for, does he live in an area that has either flies or mosquitoes? The answer is going to be yes, pretty much, because that's pretty much the entire planet. So, unless he is stationed on a submarine, I would suggest a bug assault. Now, what the heck's a bug assault? This is a bug assault, and it looks like a toy. But it's not a toy. It'll actually kill flies up to about 3 feet away. And they're not very expensive. They're about $40. And this is really the only version of this item that's made. It's useful. I use mine all the time. I bought my dad one last year. He uses his all the time. I'll show you a little clip about it. So unless he's a Buddhist monk, and he's not going to kill any living creature, it's going to be useful. Is it good quality? Well, it's the only version that's made, and I've been using mine for about 2 years and seems to be of good quality, and it's not something that's going to get outdated. And it's fairly cheap. It's under $100. You can buy 2 for $100. So that's my first suggestion. Something similar to that. It's not actually a toy, even though it looks like it. So let's get into a second suggestion I have. So there's usually 2 types of guys. There's guys that hate to cook and guys that like to cook. Now, I like to cook, but a lot of guys hate to cook. Now, if they don't cook at all, let's say their wife or girlfriend cooks all the time and they don't cook, or they always eat out, this is the next suggestion not really going to fit. But I would suggest an Instant Pot. Now, what is an Instant Pot? Well, it's a pressure cooker, but it's not just a pressure cooker. So it can saute, it can steam, it can basically cook almost anything. So, okay, it can do all these amazing things, but if you hate to cook, why would you want a kitchen gadget? Well, because it reduces your cooking time on almost everything you can make dramatically. So, let's say You hate to cook and you get home and you just want to have spaghetti. Well, you could just pour a jar of spaghetti sauce into the Instant Pot and then throw the uncooked spaghetti in the sauce, put the lid on, and in less than 10 minutes you'll have hot spaghetti. It'll be cooked, everything. It does other things. You can sterilize baby bottles with it. You can make hard-boiled eggs in 10 minutes. It does tons of stuff. There's almost limitless uses to it. You know, if the guy's a vegetarian or a vegan or he's on a ketogenic diet and he only eats meat or whatever, everyone can use this unless you just don't cook at all. Okay? That would be my next suggestion. So what about a third suggestion? Well, what about shaving? I could obviously use the shave here, and most guys have to shave. And there's kind of like the cooking thing, there's two types of shavers. There are people that use electric, and then there are people that use a razor. And then in the razor camp, there are two guys. There's guys that use a razor, and whatever they're using, they love it, and they don't care about changing. And then there's guys that they just use it. Okay? I would suggest, if they're not an electric user, because usually electrics aren't going to use a razor, get them a nice safety razor. Or if they like the razor they're using, get them a shaving soap and a brush set. Get a nice Badger brush, they're about $30, and then get them a variety of shaving soaps. If you're used to using the gels or the foams that they sell at a drugstore or Walmart, and you've never used a hot lather with a brush and a soap, you'll never go back. The shaving difference is amazing. Regardless of what razor you're using. And it's something they'll use, and it's something that is fairly inexpensive. Okay, now those are kind of three just out there suggestions. These are just things that I would apply. Most guys have to shave. Most guys have to kill flies. Most guys have to cook. So those are kind of broad, general, ideas that I'm throwing out there. Now, let's say this is for like a boss or a coworker, and you don't want to spend, $70 or $80 on an item. Which just kind of a cheap go-buy gift that not something they're going to throw away or is a gimmick. A very nice stainless steel tumbler is always a good gift idea. I've probably have 3 or 4 of them I've gotten over the years. I've never thrown them out. I mean, how many cups do you have? Everyone either drinks hot chocolate or tea or coffee for the most part, some sort of hot beverage or cold beverages in the summer. If you give them a nice, like a Yeti brand stainless steel tumbler, something like that, they're going to keep it, and they're probably going to use it a lot, and it's going to last a long time. So those kind of follow the 3 guidelines I was talking about. So those are some of my suggestions for what to purchase for a present. Just throwing those out there. Maybe you thought all my gift ideas were dumb, but I would say at least the guidelines I put forth, you can't really go wrong as long as you follow all of them. Alright, thanks for watching the video.